Hello and welcome to the second update in my hobby project. When we last left our intrepid adventurer, he was standing on a flat, featureless hexagonal plane. So let's see how things have improved. To give the terrain mesh some visual interest, in the short term, I've added a very simple vertex color shader. The shader will be improved in future updates to include textures with vertex color-based tinting, and I'll likely be storing a lot more than color in the vertex color array. So the shader can make use of that information since I don't really need the full range of 32-bit colors for the mesh tinting. I'll likely have a 256 entry color map and use one of the color channels as an index. This leaves the 3 other color channels or a texture map, or whatever other ideas come to mind. The noise maps are standard fractal perlin noise with a spline curve for tuning. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Each noise generator has its own struct to allow for easy addition of new noise maps. And to begin, I have shamelessly ripped off Minecraft with the noise maps for continentalness, erosion, peaks and valleys, and small feature detail. Each noise map contains the basics for fractal perlin noise, amplitude, persistence, etc. It's unoriginal, I'll admit, but I've successfully ignored the voice of Satan, urging me to start with plate tectonics. That way lies madness. As we'll see shortly, I've also committed the sin of generating over 12,000 terrain chunks at once, just so I can look at the map, and that's going to be fixed shortly. We're using the onEnable event to initialize the noise maps and animation curves in the scriptable object, and we're using the onValidate event to update the animation curve values when changed in the inspector. The number of octaves of perlin noise is based on the number of wavelength terms in the wavelength array. The splines are managed based on an array of vector 2s in the inspector, so I don't have to fiddle with Unity's animation curve interface. Putting this all together is the static height generator, which combines the various noise maps into the final height value for the vertex. For continentalness, that is pulled straight from the animation curve. Erosion lerps the terrain height based on the erosion noise map. Peaks and valleys provide some additional visual interest, as well as the fine detail map. Looking at the scene, clearly these maps need some fine tuning, but it is a start. Peaks and valleys should probably be disabled when below sea level, and that goes for erosion as well. Once I implement some additional noise generators like ridge noise or gradient erosion, I will likely be able to improve the existing terrain. And finally, I am looking at other games like Village Story for ideas on how to improve heightmap generation, since they went more geologic as opposed to Minecraft's approach. Coming up, the holiday season is upon us, so things are likely to stall out a bit. The plan is to start coming at things in a slightly more disciplined manner, with actual features, code branches, etc. to keep me focused. On the list for next week or two are a basic world map view, so I don't have to generate so many terrain chunks just to see what the map looks like. A simple camera controller so that I can move around the game window, basic level of detail, so I can generate a reasonable viewing distance without having maximum detail meshes out to the visual limit, and maybe some better tooling around the noise map generation, so I don't have to restart the game every time I change one of the values. Should keep me busy for a while. As before, no Patreon or monetization of my hobbies. If you have money to throw at something, give it to your local food kitchen. It's getting hard out there. If you like or leave a comment, I probably won't notice, but the algorithm will. Thank you for your time, and all hail the algorithm, giver of content.